What if I told you Bluey's background extras aren't random at all, but secret characters with untold stories? 1. Cornelius's mysterious ex. Winton's dad, Cornelius, has a love life more complicated than most main characters. One of his exes keeps slipping into the background, and she's impossible to ignore once you spot her. She's the clerk who sells Bluey the yes or no button in dance mode. Later, she's campaigning in the circus. Then she's suddenly on the street with a brand new boyfriend. She changes jobs, partners, and locations like it's nothing. She may be a background face, but her story feels like a secret soap opera hidden in plain sight. 2. The double life of the busker. The street musician seems harmless, just strumming away on his guitar. But then comes the twist. He shows up at Frisky and Rad's wedding as the officiant. Yes, the same guy who once took $5 from Bluey is suddenly running the ceremony like it's the most normal thing in the world. He buys ice cream, he plays music, and apparently he can also marry people. Is he a priest who loves busking, or a busker who somehow got licensed? Either way, that's suspiciously hilarious. 3. The secret bridesmaid. At Rad and Frisky's wedding, everyone's eyes are on the happy couple. But something strange is happening on the bride's side. Chile is standing proudly as a bridesmaid, but next to her is another woman nobody can explain. She isn't named, she isn't mentioned, and she doesn't look like anyone from Frisky's family. Some people guess she's a sister, while others think she married into the clan. But why design her so carefully just to leave her silent? It almost feels like she's holding a secret the show never wants to tell us. 4. Cornelius and his secret love life. Most background parents in Bluey fade into the scenery, but Winton's dad refuses to stay hidden. In Quiet Game, you catch him strolling with a date. In Dance Mode, he's suddenly eating lunch at a restaurant with someone new. Then in Curry Quest, he's waiting at the airport like he's about to meet another mystery partner. It feels less like background filler and more like a side plot from a soap opera that nobody talks about. Cornelius is living his own romantic series right behind the healers, and we only see tiny flashes of it. 5. The toy store clerk with a hidden story. In Silence Game, Bluey and Bingo meet a quiet shop clerk while picking out Muffin's gift. At first, she seems unimportant, just another background adult. But then the same clerk shows up again in Monkey Jocks, and this time the story changes completely. She gives her own son that exact toy while he lies in a hospital bed. Suddenly, the moment feels heavy. The cheerful gift becomes a comfort for a sick child. With no lines and barely any screen time, this hidden character delivers one of the show's most emotional twists. 6. Cherry and the awkward romance. Cherry is a blink and you'll miss her character, but once you notice her, she feels way too real. In Tradies, she's in the middle of a heated argument with Chippy that screams messy young love. Then, out of nowhere, she pops up again in the sign, calmly sharing a lookout moment with him as if nothing ever happened. Their little subplot plays out like a soap opera happening 2 streets over from the healers. Cherry doesn't get lines, yet she shows us that even in Bluey's world, relationships can be complicated, awkward, and full of untold stories. 7. Lila's dad in the background. Lila is one of Bingo's kindest friends, but her dad almost disappears into the background. You can spot him for a split second in Bob Bilby, wandering the mall like any ordinary parent. Later in Markets, he's browsing bracelets, which looks like he's picking out a gift for Janelle, Lila's mum. He never speaks, never takes focus, yet those small actions say plenty. He comes across as thoughtful and present, even if the show barely acknowledges him. It is strange how such a gentle detail about family love is tucked quietly into the edges. 8. Mia and Captain's quiet crush. Mia and Captain first show up in Barky Boats, but their story doesn't stop there. If you look closer, they sneak into other episodes, always side by side. In Cricket, Mia's face twists with worry when Rusty gets smacked with the ball and Captain is standing nearby like he is waiting for a chance to impress her. Then, in Curry Quest, the two are chatting off to the side, clearly lost in each other. Their hidden cameos play like a secret teenage romance, unfolding quietly while the healers run the main show. 9. Bentley at the Ponies. Bentley is one of Bingo's classmates, but she almost vanishes from the show. In Curry Quest, she quietly slips into the scene at the pony stalls. While the healers are busy with their adventure, Bentley is standing off to the side, staring at the ponies like it is the most magical moment of her life. You barely notice her unless you freeze the frame, yet that tiny cameo ties the schoolyard to the bustling market. Bentley may not speak, but her hidden presence proves every kid has their own little story playing in the background. 10. Miss Retriever's secret side job. Everyone remembers Calypso guiding her class, but hardly anyone notices the other teacher, Miss Retriever. She is Bingo's teacher, yet the show almost hides her away. In markets, she is not in front of a chalkboard at all. Instead, she is calmly running a massage stall like it is the most normal thing in the world. That tiny background detail changes how we see her. She is not just a teacher, but someone with a second life. It is a small joke, but also a reminder that every adult in Bluey has layers you rarely catch. 11. The homeless terrier nobody talks about. There is a quick moment in Quiet Game where Cornelius, Winton's dad, hands money to a homeless terrier sitting on the street. At first, it looks like just another background extra, but the details make it far more unsettling. Some believe this dog could actually be the father of the Terrier brothers. That makes the whole scene hit hard, especially since Cornelius later dates their mum. The same terrier even shows up again in Ice Cream, digging through a trash can before walking away disappointed. With 2 appearances, this is no accident. It feels like the show quietly planted one of its darkest, saddest hidden stories right under our noses. 12. Jack and his dad at the Fairy Wings. In Quiet Game, everyone is too busy watching Bandit try to keep the girls quiet to notice what is happening in the background. Inside the toy store, Jack Russell and his dad are standing in the aisle, and Jack is showing him a pair of fairy wings. It looks like they are shopping for Muffin's birthday party, but the detail is more than just a joke. Jack seems genuinely excited about the wings, and his dad does not shut him down. It is a quick cameo, but it gives a warm glimpse into their relationship. Bluey often sneaks in these tiny moments where kids are allowed to enjoy what they love without anyone questioning it. 13. Snickers' mom on the loose. Snickers might be full of energy, but his mom is almost always spotted without him. In Hammerbarn, she walks past the store alone. At Frisky's wedding, she quietly takes a seat in the background. In other episodes, she is out strolling the streets like she has all the time in the world. It feels like she sneaks away for secret mom time, while someone else handles her wild pup. She never talks, never interacts with Snickers on screen, yet she somehow appears more often than he does. 14. Juniper's mom and the endless errands. Juniper's mom slips into scenes so quietly that most people never notice her. In Hammerbarn, she walks the aisles near Chili as if grocery shopping is a competitive sport. Later in Silence Game, there she is again, this time browsing in the toy store. She never talks, never plays, never joins the fun. She is always shopping. It almost feels like her whole character is one long errand. Maybe it is a running joke, or maybe she really does live at the shops. 15. Chloe's mom on the move. Chloe might be one of Bluey's closest friends, but her mom is practically invisible. In Bob Bilby, she glides through the mall with a stroller, focused on her younger pup. If you scan the corner of the frame, you also catch Aunt Trixie and Uncle Stripe peeking at toys, which makes the scene feel even busier. Chloe's mom never speaks, never slows down, and always seems caught in motion. She is one of those parents who flicker past the screen, leaving you wondering where she is rushing off to. 16. Mackenzie's dad in the crowd. Mackenzie is one of the most loved side characters, but his dad is practically a ghost. In Bob Bilby, you can spot him drifting through the mall like any other shopper. No lines, no spotlight, just a casual walk that most people miss completely. It feels like proof that Bluey's world stretches far beyond the healers. Mackenzie's family is living their life, even if we only catch a split second of it. Sometimes the quietest background stroll says more than a full scene. 17. The Pony Caretaker returns. The Pony Caretaker might be one of the most underrated background faces in Bluey. She first shows up in markets, calmly watching over her animals while chaos swirls around. Then in Curry Quest, she is back again, keeping an eye on the ponies near the stalls. Unlike random extras who appear once and vanish, she actually has continuity. She has a job, a purpose, and she sticks to it. It almost feels like she lives only to wrangle ponies while the rest of the town spirals into madness. Now I have to ask, why would the animators spend so much effort on characters who barely speak? There's something bigger going on here. Which secret character do you think actually holds a clue to the healer's world? Let's debate it below.